Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another rendition of Mr. Ray's Real Estate, also known as Reverend Real Estate, aka the Juice Man. You know me, baby. Call me when you see me. So today is the second install of the BRRRR strategy, which I told you guys I was going to be doing the following week, which has been a couple weeks, but here I am. So let's get into it, baby. So we want to talk about the B in the BRRRR strategy. What does the B mean? The B means buy, right? And so when we're talking about buying real estate, we're talking about buying it right, baby. So let's get right into this real estate strategy. First, I got to start with a Rayism. And this is very important here. Most people think you make money when you sell the property, but in fact, you make money when you buy the property, when you buy it right, baby. It's very, very important that you're buying properties at a discount so that you can make sure that you got some equity in there, that you'll be able to make some money on it, baby. So you make money when you buy the property, not when you sell it. So let's focus in on buying it right, baby. We got to make sure we buy it right. So let's do a quick review on the BRRRR strategy. The B, which is what we're going to be talking about today, is you got to buy the property for 50 to 60% of the ARV, which is the after repair value. Okay, that's very, very important. You can't spend any more 50 or 60%, or it won't be a BRRRR property, baby. You cannot make money buying at retail. The next R is for rehab. Once you buy it for 50 or 60%, then you can rehab it up to 75% of the ARV. So, you got 15 or 20% there that you can play with. And then you got to get it rented, baby. 1% rule. That means that if a property that you're going to buy, it must meet at least 1% of the cost of that property. If you bought a $100,000 property, then you need to be able to rent it for at least $1,000 a month. Then you get to turn around and refi, baby. Take all your money back out of it because you have put in up to 75% of the value of that property. And so a bank will be willing to turn around and give you that money back. And you can take that money and do what? You can repeat it all over again, baby. So let's talk about some of the keys to success when we're talking about buying real estate or rental property. The first key is you got to have some money, baby. You cannot believe all the hype that you're hearing on the internet about you can buy these properties with no money down. No, baby, it's going to take some money down. And so you got to make sure that you're coming to the table with some capital. And then you got to understand what type of property is that you're going to be buying. Me, I focus only on single family homes. Some people buy apartments, some people buy they buy commercial buildings and all that. But I focus in on just single family homes. Those are bread and butter for me, and that's where I'm able to make my money. And then you got to have a good understanding of the real estate market. What's going on in the market, right? So what homes are selling? What are they selling for? What amenities are there? What type of neighborhood is it? Is it A, B, or C neighborhood? Is very, very important that you understand the current real estate market. Like right now, what's going on is high interest rate, right? And so you got to know, can I still make money in a high interest rate? You got to look at how properties are moving. How fast are they moving? Are they moving in 10 days, 30 days, 60 days? Just have a good understanding of the market that you're going to be investing in. And then you got to be able to find off-market deals, baby. You cannot make money buying properties off the MLS or Zillow or like that because they've got all their costs built into it and they're trying to get retail value. And it's very, very hard for investors to make money buying properties at retail value. Then you got to be able to negotiate. You got to be able to go directly to the sellers and cut deals with them, right? So you got to have some savvy. You got to understand what you're talking about. You have to talk intelligently to these sellers and so that you can get their confidence, their trust, and let them know that you have the ability to do exactly what you said you're going to do. And for the most part, we're going to be talking about, I can buy their house for cash. I've got the cash, let's go. So you got to have that ability to negotiate. When we're talking about access to capital, you must have access to cash, or what I call cash equivalents. Okay, let's talk about what that is. So we know what cash is, baby. That's that stuff you put in your hand. You can go get it at any time. It's in your bank, it's in your savings. Cash money, cash is king, baby. They always say cash is king. But you can also have untapped equity, which is really cash, in your home. So you could take out a second mortgage on your property. Say your house is worth $100,000, your mortgage is only 30. Well, you got $70,000 in there that's equity, and so banks will be willing to give you up to 70, sometimes up to 100% of that equity. So that's cash you can use and take and put down on a property. Then there's private money. I myself am a private money lender. That is just regular individuals out here that have money, access to cash. We either have it in our 401ks, our IRAs, or we've done very well in real estate. Now we have a lot of money. And so we're willing to lend that money to others that are in this business that are trying to get started. Hard money. The difference between private money and hard money is simply this. Hard money are a group of institutional investors that pool their money together and they lend it out. Private money is usually just individuals like myself, people that have money laying around. They don't want to invest in the stock market. They don't feel comfortable in anything else, but they are willing to invest in real estate with the right deal. Credit cards, you have a line of credit on your credit card. I currently have a $30,000 line of credit on my credit card that I can go down and write a check for that. Now, you got to understand on each one of these different types of capital that there is a cost to it, right? There's interest rates associated with private money, hard money, home equity lines of credit, and of course, credit cards. So just be aware that you got to run your numbers and make sure all cash is not good cash, baby. So make sure you're getting the right cash. And then you might have savings. You got money laying around, savings. And then, we can always tap. You say, well, I can't tap it because I'm still employed. You're right. You have to be 59 and a half in order to be able to take your money out without penalty, right? Now, you still have to pay the taxes on it. But if you draw that money out prior to being 59 and a half, that's not good because they hit you with a 50% tax, plus they want you to pay. They want you to pay the taxes also. So that wouldn't be a good, but you gotta have access to capital. There are no money down deals. Now, there's no money down if you borrow the money. It's not your money, but you still putting money into the deal. So let's look at an example of a hard money loan. Okay, what would that look like, Mr. Ray? So hard money loans, again, are institutional investors that pool their money together and they lend it out to real estate investors. They want to buy and flip, buy and hold, do the BRRRR, whatever you're doing. They have these large funds and they're willing to lend you money. Sometimes 10 to 15% is kind of the going rate for hard money. So just know that there also can be additional fees associated with that. Usually the hard money, they'll loan up to 60% of the value of the property, but they'll also pay what we call 100% of the rehab costs, okay? So if it's a $100,000 house, they'll lend you $60,000 and they'll lend you an additional 20 or 30,000 to fix it up, right? So that's what hard money lenders do. And the terms can vary depending on the deal. You can have a hard money lender that's willing to fund you for 10%. Some of them are willing to fund you for 15%. It all depends upon the deal. It all depends on you as the individual investor, your experience, how many deals have you done, your credit rating, things like that. They'll look at all of that before they loan you money. And the hard money, when you buy the property, they're always in first lien position, all right? So anytime you do hard money loans, for the most part, it's going to be in first lien position. Again, interest rates are going to be between 12 and 15% with 2 points. You say, what's 2 points? 2 points means it's usually 2 percentage points of whatever the loan is. If the loan's $100,000, then the 2 points will cost you $2,000 in addition to the 12, 15%. The terms can run anywhere between 6 months to a year. And usually hard money, they're looking for experienced investors. They want to know your track record. How many flips have you done? How many BRRRRs have you done? How long have you been in this business? Who's your contractor? All that stuff is important to them when we're talking about hard money loans. When we're talking about private money loans, they're a little bit different. These are just individuals like myself that lend money on real estate that we can put a first mortgage on that and be in the first lien position. So just anybody that's got money, that's a private money lender if they're willing to lend it to you. Again, they'll fund up to 70% of the loan to value, ARV, whatever you want to call it. And they'll also, like myself, will fund 100% of the rehab costs. Terms will vary depending upon the deal that you get. I've seen deals where you can get private money for 8 to 10%. That's not too bad. I don't think you can get that anymore. Usually I loan anywhere between 12 and 15%. Okay. So that's kind of the going rate on that. Always first position. That means if you don't pay the loan, I'm in first position. I get to repo the property. Again, interest rate 10 to 12%, terms of 6 months to a year. When you're doing a flip, you should be able to get the property rehabbed in 3 months and sold within 6 months. So I like to stay right around 6 months when I'm lending money. And then relationship is the key, baby. I want to know who you are. I want to know about your integrity. I want to know, are you trustworthy? I want to know, can I trust you with my money? Because in most cases, these are big deals, baby. 100,000, 200,000. So this is not handled. I mean, fly by the seat of your pants. This is doing some investigative work, finding out who you are, who it is I'm lending to, and can we make this deal happen? So relationships are key. So let's look at an example here. Let's say we found a property and we know that property selling in that area, same type property, is about $100,000, but we're able to get it for 60,000. Okay, again, that's 60% of the 100,000 is what the ARV is 100,000. 60% is $60,000. So we want to purchase it for 60,000. Now we also know that anytime you're purchasing a wholesale deal or an off-market deal, you expect there's going to be some repairs. That's how you're going to make your money, because you're going to repair that property up to 75%. So in this case, you purchase it for 60, you're going to put 15 in it. We're right at the 75%. So in this case, you need $75,000 from your private money lender. So let's look at what those terms would look like. When somebody quotes you a term of 2 and 12, that means that they're asking 2 points and 12% interest. Again, we talked about the 2 points is a percentage. So of that 100,000, of that 75,000 that they're going to loan you, they're going to take 2% of that up front. Okay. And that's what you're going to pay when the loan is closed. And then you're going to pay 12% interest over the term of that loan, which is interest only over the term, whether it's 6 months or whether it's 12 months. All right. And so in this case, the interest would be $750 a month is what you'd be paying. You're also giving them a first mortgage lien on the property. And you're also adding them as an additional owner on the insurance that you're going to have on the property. Let's say if something happens to the property during the time that it's being rehabbed, maybe it burns down, it floods, whatever, you want to make sure that you're insured up to that 75,000 that you have in the property. And so that's why hard money and private money lenders will also always make themselves an additional owner on the insurance. And then the funds are going to be dispersed over time for, let's say, the $15,000 in repair. You might not get that $15,000 at closing. They may give it to you during the 3-month span after you prove that certain parts of the rehab has been done. Then they'll issue you the funds as you're repairing the property. So let's look at a hard money example. The one I just used would be a good one. Let's say the lender funds 100% of the purchase price. The purchase price in this case is going to be $60,000. So the lender is going to give you the $60K, and so you, the borrower, will get $60K to purchase the property. The lender is going to charge you 2 points at closing, which is $2K on this because it's 2% of the purchase price, and the borrower is going to pay that and all the closing costs that's associated with closing that, or all the costs that's going to be included in the closing is going to be your title work, all your prepays, all the stuff that you sign every time you buy a house, all those closing costs, taxes, insurance, all that's going to be paid at closing. The lender is going to get a first mortgage on the property, and the borrower is going to get the deed to the property. Okay. The lender will start collecting their monthly interest every month, and then the borrower begins to rehab the property. The lender is going to receive their principal back if it's a 6-month term. At the end of the 6 months, going to get that $75K back, plus going to get the interest they've been receiving every month, plus they're going to get that 2 points up front. And so the borrower sells the home or refinances the home after 6 months. All right, let's look at what happens then. Okay, so the lender is going to get their $75,000 back, the 60 plus the 15 in repairs that they gave you, right? And so the borrower, again, and this is the $75K that he used to buy the property and fix it up. The lender's going to get his 2,000 points at closing. And the owner of the property who rehabbed the property is going to get $25K when the house is flipped or refinanced. Okay, that's how it works, baby. And so at the end of the day, this is a good for the private money or the hard money lender because they're getting $4,500 in interest, and the owner is getting $25K back in their pocket to go and do another deal. That's how it works, baby. That's how it works. So when we're talking about financing the deal, those are the ways that you can finance a deal. Again, you get a line of credit. If you got money in the bank, you got it in your 401K and you're over 59 and a half, you can draw some of that money out. You can take loans against it. You can get credit card, and whatever you need to do to get the cash in order to buy that property at the wholesale at a discount value. That's what you're going to need to do. Cash is king, baby. So you got to get your cash right. So what kind of properties are the best properties to BRRRR? I like single family and duplex. I think they're easier to do. They're not as extensive as far as the work that you have to do on them. You're not looking for properties that you got to take it down to the stud and you got a $60,000 rehab. No, you're looking mostly for cosmetic things that you can do, paint, ceilings, slight repairs for those. I mean, you don't want to go in and have to redo the whole heating and air system and all that. You want to find properties that are in fairly decent shape, that the rehab can stay around $15,000 or $20,000. And you want class B or above properties. Class A properties are properties that cost $200,000 or more. Class B are right in that $100,000, $200,000 range, and usually hardworking people, mostly blue collar workers. But these are nice properties. Like I said, between $100,000, $200,000. Class C properties are really your low end, less than $100,000, and these are mostly in tougher neighborhoods. They need more work. I just don't like dealing. Now, when I first started off, that's all I bought. Class C, baby, because I can get in. The price point was easy. $50,000, $80,000 is what I was getting in those properties for. But now, as a more seasoned investor, I try to stay in the $100,000, $200,000 range. Look for properties that are in good areas where good schools are, where there's low crime. I like personally 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car, fence, central heating, air. That is bread and butter for me. That is my ideal home. Class B property worth about $150,000 or $100,000 where I can get $1,000 to $1,500 a month in rent. those usually provide for me good cash on cash returns, and I get good cash flows. Nice properties, baby, attract good tenants. You want to make sure that you're providing functional, nice properties, safe properties, properties that people want, that you got all the amenities they need. They need dishwashers. They need to make sure that the floors are good, that they won't have any pest control issues. Good properties attract good tenants. Don't forget that, baby. Now, where are these properties? You say, Mr. Ray, where do I find these properties? Well, I mean, you can look on the MLS, Zillow and Trulia. You can go to government auctions. You can get with wholesalers that are looking to wholesale deals. Off market, you can mail or call people directly. You can go to sheriff sales, tax sales. Again, you're going to need cash for these off market deals. If you go into the MLS and stuff like that, you can use bank funding, but the bank's usually not going to finance a property that needs work. You need to, if you're looking on these right here, then these are nice properties. They call them turnkey. So, but for me, you can only make money in the off market, baby. So you got to get your cash. And you can just drive around the neighborhoods that you like. See if there's any properties that maybe got broken windows, weeds growing up, look run down. Get online, find out who the owner is, send them a note. Call them and see if they're interested in selling. That's how you find deals, baby. So what's the math? Again, you got to find properties that you can buy for 50, 60% discount. You got to be all in with your purchase price and repairs, not to exceed 75% of what it's going to be worth when it's all said and done. Your goal is to make sure you recover all your investment at refinance, so you can go back, take that money, and redo it again. That's the last R in the BRRRR strategy, baby. And then again, don't forget, you make money when you buy, not when you sell, baby. Come on now. So the next step is what we got to do, Mr. Ray. We want to get in this game. We want to do what you doing. All right. Well, first of all, you got to get your money right, baby. Oh, you ain't got your money right? You ain't got a budget. You don't know what's going in, what's coming out. No, you got to get your money right first, baby. That means you need to have, from your job, you need to be able to say, Mr. Ray, I make $1,000 every month, but I'm saving $200 or $300 every month. That's what you need to have in order to say, I got some cushion, I'm ready to do some things. But you got to get your money right, baby. What's that mean? You got to get access to cash. You got to work on your credit score and get it up, because sometimes these private money lenders, and like myself, or hard money lenders, they want to know what your credit score is. Are you credit worthy? And then make sure you got at least 3 months worth of bills in your personal life before you even get here, right? If your budget, you spend about $1,000 a month, I need to make sure you got $3,000 put away somewhere before you even thinking about doing this real estate game, baby, because you got to have some cushion, baby. Join a real estate investment group, huh? Find yourself a mentor like myself that's willing to help you, that's willing to come along with you, that's willing to instruct you and show you some of the areas that you're going to need to know before you jump out here and get yourself in trouble, right? Get educated. There's so much free information out there. Go to YouTube University. Look at what other people are doing and what they're saying. There's all kind of training that's available to you on the internet. YouTube is just one place. There's other places, but get out there and learn. Right now, you don't know what you don't know. And so my job is to teach you what you don't know so that you don't make those mistakes. Any questions? Oh, come on, somebody. I know you got questions. So if you do, just make sure you hit me up. Most of you have my contact information. If not, you can always email me and let me know what your questions are. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and stay tuned. The next one we're going to do after we buy the property, we're going to look at rehabbing, baby. How are we going to rehab this thing? Let's see if we can make it happen. God bless you and have a great day.